If you are still planning your Canadian permanent residence around the startup visa, I need you to stop right now because of January 1st, 2026, that door is no longer open the way you think it is. The startup visa program is paused. Commitment certificates stop being accepted after December 31st, 2025. Only a narrow group of applicants with valid 2025 commitment certificates can still submit, and only within a limited window. This is not rumor, this is not speculation, this is official policy. But what matters more is what this actually means. Canada has officially moved on, not from the startup visa, but from paper-based immigration entirely. If you're an entrepreneur, investor, and business owner, this video may save you years of waiting and hundreds of thousands of dollars by showing you what actually works in 2026. I'm Jazz Dillon from Real West Immigration. We don't sell shortcuts, we build strategies that survive scrutiny. Let's talk reality. For years, the startup visa attracted people for one reason: apply once, wait, land as a permanent resident, no pressure to perform, no requirement to prove traction early. That era is finished. The program didn't pause because Canada hates entrepreneurs. It paused because the backlog became unmanageable and because too many startups existed only on paper. Thousands of files, very few real businesses. Canada doesn't want intentions anymore. Canada wants operators. And this shift didn't happen in isolation. Let's look at the pattern. Job offer points removed from express entry entirely. Expansion of provincial nominee programs. Strong preference for applicants already working and contributing inside Canada. The message is unmistakable: if you want permanent residence, you must prove value first. So what replaces the startup visa in 2026? Now, there is no single replacement program. However, there is a replacement strategy, and it looks like this: work permit first, operate the business, create measurable benefit, then transition into permanent residence. And this is done often through a province. That is the new model. Let's break it down properly. The most discussed federal entry strategy right now is the C11 Significant Benefit Work Permit. C11 is a temporary LMIA exempt work permit designed for entrepreneurs whose presence in Canada creates real economic or operational benefit. Now, let me be crystal clear. C11 is not permanent residence, and anyone selling it as C11 equals PR is misleading you, because the truth is C11 is a bridge. It gets you into Canada legally. It allows you to operate the business, hire staff, pay taxes, and build proof. And in 2026, proof is everything. What does immigration actually assess under C11? Not buzzwords, not pitch decks, not flashy slides. They assess execution readiness. That means a real business structure, active day-to-day management by you, physical presence in Canada, controlling ownership, usually at least 51%, clear demonstrable benefit to Canada. There is no legislative minimum investment, but let's be honest, in real approvals, successful cases usually show serious capital, often 200 to 300 Canadian dollars, depending on the business, because a business that can't operate does not create benefit. Now let's talk about significant benefit, because this is where most applications fail. It usually falls into three categories. First, economic benefit. Job creation is the strongest argument. Buying an existing business and preserving Canadian jobs is also powerful. Export-oriented revenue matters. Second, regional or social benefit. Canada is aggressively pushing regional development. A business filling a real need in a smaller community often carries more weight than a generic operation in downtown Toronto. Third, innovation, advanced manufacturing, green technology, specialized services, meaningful R&D. But here's the trap: innovation alone is not enough. Canada wants operators, not experiments. Here's what most people misunderstand. C11 approval does not guarantee permanent residence. C11 gets you inside the system. What turns that presence into PR is usually a provincial nominee program, and this is exactly where Canada is heading. The federal government is shifting power to the provinces. Provincial selection is becoming decisive. Provinces want people who are already there, already operating, already contributing. That's why the modern strategy looks like this. Enter on work permit, operate the business, prove value, and then get nominated. A provincial nomination adds 600 points under express entry, or provides a direct PR pathway outside of it. In today's system, that is one of the strongest tools available. The location now matters more than ever. British Columbia rewards regional investment. Alberta favors rural entrepreneurs with lower thresholds. New Brunswick moves quickly once operations begin. Ontario is expected to return with stricter performance-driven pathways. Business immigration is no longer speculative. It's geographic, accountable, and measurable. If you're stuck in the startup visa backlog, you need honesty. If you submitted with a valid 2025 commitment certificate, you may proceed, but ask yourself, is the business operating? Is it still relevant? Or is it just waiting on paper? Waiting for years, a pause system is not a strategy. Many applicants now pursue parallel pathways, work permits, and provincial options, while their SUV files remain pending. This is allowed, but only if it's structured correctly. Let's talk about refusal risk. Scrutiny is higher than ever. The biggest red flags today: passive investment, weak explanation of temporary intent, poor documented funds, businesses that don't require your physical presence. Business immigration is not a one-way ticket. Dual intent must be explained properly. That balance matters. Language is another concern. C11 does not require a formal score by regulation, but functional English or French is non-negotiable. You're running a business, managing staff, signing contracts, and later for PR, language scores will matter. C11 gives you time. It does not erase requirements. So, what does smart execution look like in 2026? Now, generally it follows these phases: structure, ownership, capital, compliance, entry into Canada, work permit through the right pathway, operations, payroll, taxes, real activity, provincial nomination, or PR once performance is proven. This is not fast money, this is real business, but it works. Here's the most important thing to understand. The startup visa is paused, business immigration is not closed. In fact, the path is clearer than ever. Canada is telling you exactly what it wants. Be present, be accountable, create value, commit to a place. If you can't do that, there are strong pathways forward. If you can't, no program name will save you. At Real West Immigration, business immigration is what we do. No templates, no promises, no guessing. If you want a serious assessment, not hope, you can book your consultation using the link below. Subscribe if this clarified your strategy. We break policy down the way officers actually apply it. And remember this, in 2026, Canada is not rewarding intentions, it's rewarding execution. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.